Hello everyone and welcome. I want to talk to you guys about AT&T, ticker symbol T. Uh, this will be the first company I'll be talking about in my channel, and that's because this is a company that I was invested in for about 2 months until I decided to sell my stock. And I decided to sell my stock because of a pattern that I noticed on the behavior of the price. But before I get there, I want to talk to you guys. A lot of us invest in companies because of the dividend, right? Many people say that the best way to invest is to invest long term in companies that offer dividends, right? Especially if you start in, like in my case and the case of many of us. So when you put your money in a company that is somewhat stable, like AT&T is a company that has a lot of billions of dollars in their financial sheet, you think your money is going to be safe. However, with AT&T, it doesn't seem to be the case right now. If you look at this chart, the last time, well, no, I wouldn't say the last time, but back in 1993, the price of AT&T was about the same price that it is now, which is crazy because it shouldn't be like that. When people invest in companies, they expect the price of the stock to go up, even if it's not that fast, but that's the intent, right? The intent is to make money when you put your money in the stock market, and then more specifically when you put your money in a company. Most stocks, if you look at Apple, if you look at Tesla, if you look at other companies, even startup companies, they are doing a lot better, and they have done a lot better in 2 years than AT&T has done in, well, we can say in 21 years. If we go back to its all-time high back in 1999, 2000. So this company, despite being a giant in the market, is not behaving too well, and that's something that I think when you're gonna put your money in a company, that's something you gotta look at. Just because a big company doesn't mean you should put your money in it. Nobody knows what this company is going through internally. And one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, which is one of the reasons AT&T is going down, is what this article reads right here. This article talks about AT&T's management, and I think this sums everything up, right? In recent years, AT&T has engaged in a large and almost universally unsuccessful strings of M&A activity after attempting to build a business in Mexico. It's a distant third place in the market, and the DirecTV acquisition caused AT&T to lose tens of billions of dollars. So the management that AT&T has at the moment is costing the company a lot of money. They're making decisions after decisions that is causing investors to walk away from them, and also even those people that they made deals with, they're not pretty happy about it because they've been surprised and let down by the way they are behaving. If you guys remember, one of the guys that they made a deal recently, he came out on the news, was talking about how these guys just went and took people that had experience in this new field that AT&T is trying to venture in, and they brought their own guys that don't have any experience. So the management is making horrible decisions, which is causing the company to lose money, and investors obviously is causing them to walk away. Then this other article reads that AT&T is slowed down in wireless, sending stock to a 12-year low. If we go back to the chart, we can see that again AT&T's price, right, hasn't been that great. It's not that great right now because it's like going back in time. Instead of looking at the chart and see how 12 years ago your price was one and now you are over here doing a lot better. Now it's backwards. Now it's like you started going, basically those investors started going back in time since 2001, and it's just hasn't recovered. Now the main reason I got out of this stock is because of a pattern that I saw, that I noticed, and I've seen that it still continues to repeat itself. If you look at this pattern right here from May, when the company had announced that they were going to cut the dividend, the stock price dropped, and then it seemed like, okay, it dropped, it's gonna recover now, it's gonna start recovering. It goes up and a few bucks, and then it just starts heading down gradually. And for some investors, they could be like, I can deal with that. It's not going crazy. It's going down, but not that bad. It's probably stabilizing itself. And then here you go. It goes back up again, and it takes another dip. It takes a while, but it goes lower nonetheless. Then here you go again. People, well, like in my case, I thought maybe it's finally gonna start reversing. And what happens is, like, some of us, we put more money in it, right? A lot of investors like, okay, it's time to invest again. And nope, that's what you call a bear trap. And that's why I wrote it on top of it every time it went up. And sure enough, it was a bear trap. The stock goes down, and it repeats itself over and over. And so what I noticed here is like that it's doing now. It's been doing in the last 3 days. It's going up again. But the question is this stock actually reversing its course, or is it another bear trap? This article over here talks about reversal rally seems imminent for AT&T in stock. And to be honest, it's hard to trust articles because we don't know, despite the articles writing at the bottom that the person that wrote this article is not invested or was not invested at the time of publicating these articles, right? It's still, you don't know who they work for. A lot of these people, we know that manipulate the market through creating FOMO, to creating bad impressions. So this could just be another trap. Somebody, big wigs trying to set up a trap for people to be like, yeah, right? Because a lot of people want to invest in a company. Like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Reverse is imminent. They go in there, stock crashes again, even lower. I personally believe that if this stock doesn't start going up, or at least respect the $22 support, I have a feeling that this stock is gonna go very, very low. How low? I would say probably between $16 to $20, $20 to $16. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Is this movement of the stock a bear trap, or am I just tripping? And do you guys think AT&T is a good company to invest still or not? I believe that it could be. I think it's like 50-50, because putting your money in a company that is not growing, and the dividend is not too bad, but the price keeps going down, that means the dividend price is not making up for what you're losing, then what's the point? Let me know, guys.